American bribery is as wide open in front of everybody as it could ever be. But the media calls it money, big money, corporate money, whatever it is, but never bribery, because they are part of it. They're the biggest part of it. They wind up with all the money. In other words, the money comes from the big corporations and unions to the candidates that pay for the ads. And bingo, that's where the money ends. It's in the hands of the media. So the media is definitely not going to cut out their own windfall avalanche of money. Isn't that simple enough? And part of the deal with, on top of the media, being one of the checks that the George Washington crew thought would make this system really work great. And it did, until nobody has any ethics, especially the media and the judicial branch. So we're screwed because Americans are in a complete trance. This is so stupid and ignorant. Could people possibly be this stupid and ignorant? It's hard to imagine. They have to be in a trance. So until they decide, wait a minute, we can't just sit here and let ourselves be destroyed. We could, we are, but it would be a great idea if we elected Steve Miller, Libertarian, President, United States. How's that? Because I understand economics, I understand fraud, okay? And I want to point out something about the great Donald Trump, who, I gotta love Donald Trump. Now, he said that Ford Motor Company put a plant down in Mexico, $2 billion. Now that means that whatever they make down there in Mexico that they ship up here is not being made by Americans. The United Auto Workers, UAW, they're not doing anything about it, okay? And there's only one thing to do about it, just one. Just tell Ford, nothing from that plant is ever gonna cross this border, period. I don't care about poor Mexicans that wanna come up here and pick vegetables with the fence. They're never gonna bring one item from that plant over this border into this country, any which way they go. In other words, they're not gonna ship it around into the Gulf or around the Panama Canal or whatever, okay? Or rail it across to the West Coast and put it on a ship in Mexico and bring it up to Canada. So I'm telling you, we're going to have everything in that plant marked. And if it ever shows up, if one piece ever shows up in this country, the FBI is going to go straight up to Ford and put the cuffs on him, and we're going to try him as a traitor, and he will wind up in an orange suit in a Supermax for the rest of his life. That's a promise. That's a promise if you elect me the President of the United States. And I would be just tickled pink to get $400,000, that's the salary, and get waited on hand and foot, okay, at the White House. I won't take one penny, I promise you, honest to God, okay? I mean, like, I don't need any money at all. And I'll tell you one other thing. We will become rich again in America. Forget about Donald Trump. He's just an absolute liar and a thief. If you get near Donald Trump, you're gonna get screwed. That's always the case. Nobody ever came out without getting screwed by Donald Trump, okay? So that just takes care of the bribes, the media, and for the moment, Donald Trump and some trade issue with China, with Mexico and Ford Motor. And believe me, they get one piece from that plant that comes in to this country, and Ford will be going to jail right away. Bang! He'll get the cuffs put on him, and he'll be tried in a fair trial with a jury for treason. He'll be convicted. He'll be sentenced to life in a supermax. That's where you're going, Ford. I promise that. That'll be my #1 promise, and on top of some other great promises that'll bring this country back. People will get jobs. Black people will not get shot by a Gestapo police force, because we will lock those bastards up, and they will get hit with a murder charge, and they will do life without parole. I promise you that. This is going to stop now. This whole thing, shooting black people, okay? That's how completely worthless this entire society of white people is in this country. To want these cops to be protected for killing these black people, okay? We'll get into that sometime later. Thank you very much.